ability we all share out here. For our families, for ourselves, for us all. This is why I do it. Kubota. Right now, a Kubota M7 can be yours with 0% financing for up to 84 months. Now through May 31st, 2017. Call toll-free 1-800-794-4992 for details about cost and terms.
Hey, Mike, what's the word today?
Well, the way crop prices fluctuate, I might try to save money on my nutrition program this year. What do you think?
Well, did you end up using Black Max 22 last year? It's been part of our nutrition program the last 5 years, and it can put between $10 and $50 an acre into my pocket year after year.
Oh, that's the one you told me about. It's designed to help my soil provide nutrition better and cut down on burn from fertilizer, right?
That's LHC technology.
Okay, I think I'll give old Black Max 22 a try.
Black Max 22. If you feed it, you need it. See your local CPS retailer today.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala!
I put your microphone on so you can play along with yourself. Mark Johnson is in the studio with Mary Britt, and Mark is going to be at the Ocala Civic Theater this coming Saturday. Emery Lester is going to be there. I've never understood how a guy from Levy County hooked up with a guy from Canada and made a duo. I don't know how they practice. Anyway, it is an amazingly... It's a privilege to have Mark in the studio. We had Mark on this show maybe twice before. I can't remember, but it's always good to see him. I feel like we're friends. I don't know if... You probably don't feel that way, but I would... We have something to remind you of one of your visits with us. I teased you with this information before. So good morning, Mark. How are you? How are you?
I'm doing great. Do I need to put my headphones on?
You need to speak louder or something. Go closer to that microphone.
Let me get up to the microphone.
Now.
Testing. 1, 2.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning.
Are you hanging out with Mark today?
I sure am.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
Is he playing for you? Isn't that amazing? You get the guy who's famous for this.
I know.
Just playing?
You know, I listen to the CD in the car a lot, and then to have him play live.
We've been trying to figure out who's been listening to that. Wow.
That's so awesome to have you here. Wow.
It is. What an honor.
Well, and he was playing, they have a new album coming out, and he was playing one of the songs from the new album while he was warming up back there. It sounds, oh man, it's incredible.
Life is good.
What do you like about the technology today? I think the last time you were here, I don't think CDs were invented yet.
Well, what we're finding now is CDs are kind of on the way out. That's the scary part about it.
I know. Do you have any vinyl albums? Do you?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any vinyl albums?
No, we haven't gone that retro. Although it's interesting, it's about 1% of the market right now.
I know.
Really?
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
It's just some kind of a...
Well, the good thing about them is you can play them backwards. That's what I like about them.
And get those subliminal clawgrass Mark Johnson messages. I've been thinking about doing that.
All right, so you're going to be at the Ocala Civic Theater. 2 shows? You're doing
Yeah, 2 shows. We're going to do a matinee at 2 and then the evening show at 8 o'clock.
And what is the story behind you and Emery? How did you 2 guys get together?
Well, actually, it's going to be a trio. We're bringing in Keen Hyatt again.
Oh, and he was on that audio we were just playing, wasn't he? Yes.
Actually, that's actually multi-instrumentalist Emery Lester playing everything behind me on that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But Keen's a killer mandolin or bass player. We've been on tour, and we've had to put a bass onto the show because we're playing bigger venues now, and it really rounds out the sound.
And bass really does. Bass really does. And don't underestimate the power of a bass, right?
And it's a stand-up bass too. You get that really warm to it. And Keen's an amazing player. And so the 3 of us, they both live in Canada. They're both Virginians. I'm sorry, Keen's a Pennsylvanian, but they have this thing for Canadian women.
So do I. Name any country. So do I.
They stay up there. They put up with the cold. They chase after them Canadian women there.
And you? Are you married?
No, I'm divorced. I live right here. I'm a Danelle and Ocala son. I've been down here since 1981. I live out between both towns. Got a little horse ranch out.
Are you still doing the
emergency management?
Yeah, you still doing
Levy
that?
County?
I am not. The award that never stops giving, the Steve Martin Award, got us. We booked a tour through a 5-country tour in Europe in 2015. Sold everything out, and it was amazing. But when I came back, I resigned. They didn't know it was coming.
Oh,
my friend, who is the director of the Levy County Health Department, Miss Barbara Locke, made me an offer for a job. So I just moved from one job to the next, and the county gave me a cake and a plaque and everything.
Oh, nice.
But I still have emergency preparedness work, but it's for health department instead of just everybody. And
Did you know the whole community was watching you when you were on Letterman with Steve Martin?
Oh, good Lord.
Everybody was
They
watching.
still do.
yes.
I mean, that this is the funny thing about that experience. I don't care about, it was great, national television, great. All I cared about was being in tune. And the studio, because if you die and you did a Letterman show out of tune, it's there forever. You're dead, but it's there. Oh, yeah, listen, he's out of tune. It sounds terrible. So, and the crazy thing was David Letterman keeps his studios around 52 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, wow.
It's very cold.
Oh, geez.
And the green room is another temperature, and our dressing room, it was the Beatles dressing room.
I got
The old
you.
Eddie
Wow.
Sullivan Theater
So
down
that change in temperature messes with the strings.
it just, an old instrument like this. So, the facade in the back of the David Letterman show looks like the New York skyline with lights.
Right.
All it is a facade. Behind it's a dirty cable chase with an air conditioning vent. And while Steve and Dave were out talking about it, I had this thing shoved up into an air conditioning vent trying to get it stabilized.
Oh,
And
wow.
I remember Biff,
Wow.
the stage guy, goes, "Shh, be quiet. We can hear you out there." 30 seconds, So I finally, it's just not there where I want it. So he lines me up, and he puts his hand in the base of my back, and Emery's right behind him, and he goes, "You're on." Boom. Like this. And I walk out and I wave, and by the time I got to my chair and sat down, and for Steve Martin to get up and walk over and sit down next to me, I got it in tune.
thank God.
And we recorded that thing, and it's
You
still
looked
gets-
nervous in the video. I remember thinking you look a little nervous.
I was wearing a suit, so what had me nervous. Putting a suit on me is like putting hubcaps on a tractor.
Have you ever broken a string during one of your performances?
No, because I don't play the strings that hard. In fact, I don't even recall Emery breaking a string either. We just know how to handle our instruments and get the best sound out
I
of
say
them.
that
It's a
all
great
the time.
question.
Do you ever hear a song that is not you wouldn't consider written for a banjo, but you say, "Gosh, that would work with a banjo"?
All the time.
And do you sometimes do your own
All the time.
interpretation?
Common stuff like "Over the Rainbow."
Oh.
Can you do it? Let me hear.
Can you do
that.
that?
Let me hear that.
You have to retune.
Jessica plays Over the Rainbow on a ukulele.
Oh, she does.
Does she
Yeah.
really?
Wonderful.
Let me get down to the key of C here.
Awesome. And how is Jessica related to Mark or to you?
She's with the theater.
Oh, she is. Okay, excellent.
She's my long lost daughter.
Do you do it? Wait,
Who has
Jessica.
reemerged.
Jessica, do you do it the way the guy Izzy did it, or do you do it the way Judy Garland did it?
More like Judy Garland.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. They're both beautiful, though, right? You know the guy
Oh, yeah.
Izzy, right?
Oh, I
The guy
love
from
it.
Hawaii that died. Yeah.
Here's his version.
Oh,
common melodies that are fun to take. I didn't invent clawhammer playing. That's an old Appalachian style. I got discovered working at the Crystal River Nuclear Power Plant back in 1981 by a Grammy Award-winning family of a Grammy Award-winning guitar player, Tony Rice. And they brought me home. And then Tony Rice moved back in 1985, and they took me under their musical wings. And my style that I played, when you play with Tony Rice, you just can't get in there and fram away on a banjo. You have to understand how to listen. Listening was the key thing to what he was doing, and then compliments. So you had to learn how to play backup, melody, counter melody, harmonies, and know when not to play, know how to handle the space in between the notes when you let a note hang. And then I went to an old time festival. David Holt invited me up to North Carolina, and he goes, "Why don't you got some fun, Mark? We got to do some filming." So I went down to this one area where this collective sound was coming out. Everybody was playing along, and it was Hazel Dickens and Alice Durand, the great folk players. And I started playing my stuff, and they started closing their cases up and walking away. And I went back to David, and he goes, "What happened?" I told him. He goes, He goes, "You went down to the preservation end of the field, Mark. That's where they're preserving the old sound. You don't play old time. You got your own sound. You need to get out of that end of the field down there." And that's when I started to realize things.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow, it's like almost like a religion, huh?
Well, I mean, you'll find that in any genre of music. Break it down, you're going to find people play the purist, people pushing the edge. And
do you know what? As Robin and I are musicians also, but we don't play as many notes as you do. But I know that sounds funny. But here's the thing: when we're recording, I mean, you want to make sure everything is dead on. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
So I was listening to you and Emery play, thinking, "Oh my gosh, you guys are dead on," and there's like four times as many notes as we play. So, and I'm not making it up. I'm telling the truth. It's like four times as many notes because you're playing all 16th notes or whatever.
Well, let me tell you something about Emery Lester. Emery Lester, the great Bill Emerson, one of the great banjo players with the Country Gentlemen back in the 60s and 70s, introduced us. And Emery is a multi-instrumentalist. Have you ever heard of a mandolin player by the name of David Grisman?
No.
These are the guys.
I should, but I'm sorry.
Top of their level. They have a symposium out in San Jose, California, where they teach mandolin. And only the best of the best go out there. And Emery's one of their top teachers. So Emery's got this huge musical background in bluegrass, newgrass, jazz. In fact, he's been invited to France this summer for the big Django Reinhardt festival over there.
Oh my gosh.
This is serious stuff. And he's also got a new age background too. So this guy's in my life, and we just think I'm just a banjo player. This guy, Emery really is the show.
You're a superstar. Don't say you're just a banjo player. You're a superstar.
No.
He's probably on some other talk show bragging about you right now. So.
Exactly.
I bet he is.
By the way, you've been on all the big shows. It's such an honor to have you on our. This is just a little show. It's so good to have you here. But I wanted to tell you, I don't care, David Letterman. I don't care how big they were. They have never given you what I'm about to give you. And actually, this is from Robin. I'm going to put it on the camera here.
A TV camera? Oh.
No, this little thing. This is just a little bit bigger than your tuner.
How lovely.
Yeah. All right. So I am showing.
That's right.
I am showing on the video now what I'm going to give you. I'm seeing if you remember this. Are you ready? Now, this is from Robin. She just wanted me to give it to you.
Did you do this, Robin?
Ready? Are you ready? Here it comes. It's going to come up above the monitor here.
Yes. Yes, I remember that. Is that the original pack?
No.
It's a pack off your own.
We gave you the original pack, but you sent us a wonderful thank you card that we still have to this day.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
You really
You
did
guys
when
are
we
great.
were back at
The
WTMC.
OCA. Go
That
get
was
them.
wonderful.
I mean, this is a great location, too. You're not in the old Cascades pit anymore. You're right here at the mall. People coming in and out are looking in going, wow, what's going on?
WOCA stands for We Only Chew Altoids, by the way. Just so you know, we only chew Altoids.
When you were first playing the banjo, did you start with the 5 strings, or was that your invention?
It's funny. Somebody people put stuff up on Facebook. Somebody put a page off my high school yearbook.
Oh, no.
And I forgot about it. They gave me most musical. And all I did was walk around the hallway with long hair and play harmonica.
Oh, my gosh.
And whoa. And they put that on Facebook that I went right into a banjo. I didn't know how to play. I still don't read a note of music. I have a knack for it.
There's too many notes to read. You can't read all those notes. There's too many of them.
Well, it's interesting when you get around. If you get around a studio with professionals, they're all speaking in the language. They know that if I come in and go, okay, here's the chord shapes, here's how it sounds, and they'll grab it just like that.
Yeah.
Did you and Emery collaborate on all the songs on your new CD, or did you do one and he did one?
It's me and Emery
or?
again. We're celebrating our 20 years together now. 20
Congratulations.
years.
Wow.
Every time we see Bill Emerson, who put us together, the way he came to us, he goes, Mark, there's a mandolin player I know who thinks like you musically and creates like you. And Bill's a retired ex-Navy Master Chief. He goes, you will play with him. Okay, and he went to Emery and says,
Give you an
play with
order.
Mark Johnson. So every time we see him, we stand there and salute and go, still following orders.
Still following orders? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Old Bill Emerson, the mighty Bill Emerson.
The listeners want you to play some more. So can you do something?
I'd love to. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming tonight. This is a tune called Booth Shot Lincoln. It's one of the tunes we play. I'm in the Olustee String Band up there, the big Olustee Civil War reenactment. They have it every
really?
February. I'm the only Yankee in the thing. All the Reb guys capture me and make me play banjo and eat barbecue and drink coffee and stuff, beer. So, but it's a lot of fun, and we play a lot of the old tunes. And this is a tune called Booth Shot Lincoln.
Mark Johnson is going to be with Emery Lester
cool.
and Keen Hyatt. Am I saying right?
Keen Hyatt.
Keen Hyatt over at the Ocala Civic Theater this coming Saturday for two shows. There's one at 2 p.m. and one at 8 p.m. And I think we're giving tickets away on the phone with Joe later.
Yes, we are.
So we have some tickets to give away, Mary. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Plus, we can go buy tickets, of course.
Yes.
And how do we do that?
You can either drop by in person. The theater is open from 10 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, or you can call us at 352-236-2274, or you can buy online at ocalicivictheater.com.
Just by being the genuine person you are, Mark, you and Emery are mentors to people, and I guess you might not realize it, but when people pick up an instrument, they have to fall in love with it, and they're afraid that they're not going to play good enough. How do you give them that incentive and, to let them know they can play good?
What we've had success doing, Emery's such a great teacher. He's really good with kids, too. I've seen him take a whole group of kids and teach them mandolin. I'm really good, too. The secret, I think, is to take the mystery out of it really quickly and break it down to just simple mechanics, right-hand, left-hand mechanics. The biggest class I ever taught was 27 novice adult banjo players holding their banjos. You can imagine, just like, welcome to hell,
How novice.
And what I'll do, I'll stand there, because this will be at one of the banjo camps. I go, in the next hour and a half, I will teach you how to tune your banjo into G. I'll teach you 3 chords. I'm going to teach you the song Will a Circle Be Unbroken. You're all going to play it, and we're going to perform it. We're going to perform it on stage tonight. And they're all like panicked. Oh my God, what am I going to do? And then about a half hour into it, they're all feeling comfortable. You just break it down real simple. Just, okay, do this. Everybody do it for about 5 minutes. Okay, do this. Make this chord here. And just make the notes. And everybody, if you break it down simple like that, the mystery's out of it.
But you're so gentle, too.
It's fun, too.
I love the way you make it seem so simple.
That's right.
The advent of Skype, I teach internationally now.
Mm-hmm.
I teach all around the country, but I've got students in England and Australia. Australia's tough because of the time I make them suffer. I don't get up early in the morning.
When you first
Yeah,
started,
very smart.
you were teaching Steve Martin. When you first started teaching him, now I'm only bringing his name up because I like to name drop it. But I was just curious. I mean, he was already an accomplished banjo player, right?
Oh, absolutely. I used to follow him around when I was 20 years old out in Colorado. He would come play the Front Range colleges out there with John Prine and John Hartford.
Oh, wow.
And that's where I met John Hartford that time. But back in the 70s, Jay Unger, the guy that wrote this fiddle tune called the Ashokan Farewell, is the guy that taught me how to frail a banjo up on the Hudson River. Him and John Cohen.
Define that word, frail. What does that mean?
Frailing is it's even a more rudimentary style of playing the banjo, where you just play with the middle finger and your thumb, and you play pairs of strings. Just brush thumb like that. And it was about as uncool as you could ever be to pull that out in a jam and start playing with somebody. Because everybody had heard the movie, they'd watched all the Beverly Hillbillies, heard Flatt and Scruggs, and they heard Eric Weisberg doing Deliverance, and we're going to learn how to fingerpick. And I wanted to learn like that too. So I went to Jay and I said, hey, can you show me how to play the kid in the movie? And he goes, no, but I can show you how to frail a banjo. That was the first lightning bolt that came down. And I taught myself how to do the bluegrass after that. So it's I'm sorry.
You said newgrass before. What is newgrass?
Newgrass, you got bluegrass as a genre that Bill Monroe created back in 1945 with Flatt and Scruggs and a bunch of other guys. And up until about the early 70s, the late 60s, there were musicians coming along like Sam Bush, Tony Rice, David Grisman, all these guys. And a guy named Sam Bush, who's always the lead act up at Merlefest in western North Carolina, created a sound called newgrass. They started taking bluegrass theory and applying it to songs that they wrote and into applying it back into rock and roll songs, into every genre you can think of.
Oh, nice.
So he's kind of the father of newgrass.
I love when genres are mixed like that. Yeah, I mean, I just am. I'm always... I love strings, basically, and even though I play an accordion, but I do love strings.
You play guitar.
I do play guitar. But it was a Rolling Stone album one time called Symphonic Stones, and it wasn't their album. It was their songs being played by the London Symphony Orchestra, and it was like, oh my gosh, you don't realize how beautiful those songs are until you know.
Oh, I had a friend of mine who's a beautiful piano player. Take one of the tunes I wrote and put it to keyboard, and all of a sudden you hear your own music coming back in a different.
Oh wow, that is cool.
And in fact, a buddy of mine's been trying to get. He wants to send some of my stuff to New York to have it composed, put it into composition, and then take it out into a different genre like that. Like that one you were just playing a while ago.
That might be awesome. I mean, it'll be totally different though, right? But it'll be your melodies and it'll be your composition.
You know who's really pushing that envelope is Steve Martin. He's got a great. When I first met Steve, he could play Foggy Mountain Breakdown stuff, but he didn't. If he went up to him and says, "Hey, play Salt Creek," he couldn't do it. He learned to play the banjo as a vehicle for his own creation, his own music. And now, I taught him from about 2009 right up to about late 13, and it's like letting an eagle out of a cage. I mean, he's going nuts with it. He's got Grammy recordings. He works with Edie Brickell.
Oh, she's wonderful.
They just finished doing a Broadway show called Bright Star that did well. Edie Brickell and Steve Martin.
Oh, really?
They wrote all the music. It's a wonderful story. I'd love to.
Isn't Paul Simon in that mix somewhere?
They're very close friends.
I thought.
Married to him, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edie and Paul are husband and wife.
Yes. But Steve and Edie wrote all the music for this Broadway show, and it did really well. And if it wasn't for that show called Hamilton, they would have won something at the Tonys.
What is with Hamilton anyway? It's so expensive to buy seats. Hey, you're at the theater. You should have Hamilton, and we can afford the tickets then.
Well, they're going to run it in New York for years, I'm sure, before it ever. We don't get the rights to do them until they've exhausted all their Broadway run and stuff like that. But Bright Star really features banjo, and so he's used all of this that he's learned and created just this wonderful story that wouldn't sound. The story wouldn't be as good if it had a different soundtrack. if you tried to
Oh, yeah,
use,
I bet you're right, yeah.
It's a really, I have the CD, and I got to see the show in New York, and they did a concert version on YouTube that's available. That's
wonderful.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful story.
Mary and Mark, thank you both for coming in. Good to see you both again, as of course. And Mark, go see Mark on Saturday at the Ocala Civic Theater.
And Emery.
And Emery, I'm sorry.
It's a great
And Keene, don't forget Keene.
They're not here. They're out of mind, out of sight. You want to take us out? Take us out with something?
There's a tune called Star of the County Down.
Okay, we got 45 seconds of it. That is awesome, Mark.
Wow.
Thank you again so much for being here, Mary.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
The pleasure was mine, absolutely.
We'll be right back.